Hello everyone, welcome to Math with Teacher Tim. Let's dive in and explore the reason why we must not divide by zero. As early as in primary school, learners are told not to divide by zero. At first, they usually do not accept this restriction. They keep asking. They want to know why not to divide by zero. Later, they often get used to the restriction, but they do not actually understand why they are not allowed to divide by zero. You can divide by 4, by 3, by 2, by 1, or even divide by -1, -2, -3 and -4. Basically, you can divide by any number. Except by zero. Isn't this against the very human desire for completeness and therefore intriguing? I will try to explain why division by zero is not allowed. In a first step, we have to make sense of what division actually means in math. Most of us know how to execute the calculation. But what are we actually doing? I want to offer two possible perspectives on the meaning of division. We can understand division as splitting a whole into parts of equal size. Or we can understand division as multiplication backwards. Mathematicians also call multiplication backwards the inverse of multiplication. In the next step, let's try to apply those two understandings in order to divide by zero. Let us start with the first understanding. It is not a problem to split an amount into 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 equal parts. But it is a problem to split this amount into 0 equal parts. What mathematicians often do if a problem is not solvable at first glance is to follow the intuition of continuity and approach the problem from different perspectives, or in our case, sides. Approaching the division by zero from the right side hints that the answer must be very big, possibly infinity. Keeping this in mind, let's try to approach the problem from another perspective. From the left side. Let's have a look at an amount that is missing. Again, it is not a problem to split this amount into 5, 4, 3, 2 or 1 equal parts. But it remains a problem to split the missing amount into 0 equal parts. Approaching the division by zero from the left side hints that the result must be very small, possibly minus infinity. The intriguing conclusion of this first investigation is that two equally valid approaches lead to two very different conclusions about the result. Let us continue with the understanding that division is multiplication backwards. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 divided by 1 is 3. At this point, you will have found a pattern. According to your human instinct to find patterns, as 3 times 0 is 0, the calculation backwards would lead to the conclusion that 0 divided by 0 is 3. But repeat the same reasoning with any other number and you will get any other answer. When dividing by zero in both our investigations, applying apparently valid approaches to the same calculation led to different results. If a whole divided by zero resulted in something very big or something very small, depending on the perspective from which we approach the problem, fundamental principles of mathematics would be contradicted.
If 0 divided by 0 equal to 3 and 4 at the same time, it would imply that 3 is equal to 4, and again, fundamental principles of mathematics would be contradicted. Allowing division by 0 would force us to renounce our understanding of continuity and pattern finding. We would have to abandon the fundamental understanding that 3 is not equal to 4, and that something very small cannot at the same time be very big.
As mathematicians could not accept renouncing those fundamental principles, they agreed to accept the restriction not to divide by 0. Therefore, we call the result of division by 0 undefined. And this basically means that we must not divide by 0. Explaining this to learners who did not get used to this restriction often leaves them unsatisfied, as it goes against their curiosity. It goes against their desire for completeness. Dear learners, I can reassure you that mathematicians are at least as unsatisfied with this restriction as you are. Do not stop to search for completeness, continuity and patterns. Do continue to question restrictions and stay curious. Wishing you a great day, your teacher Tim.
Oh, teacher Tim shows you a world of surprise, where numbers tell stories and concepts arise. It's not just equations or memorized pi, it's a world of new angles and the question of why.